Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Awaken the World. We are live right now, dealing with loneliness, accepting aloneness. A special gift for one, and you know who you are, for all to share in. Right here in the Awaken the World group, it is 10 a.m. on the 23rd of October 2020, if you're here on this planet. I have a short piece of poetry I wrote this morning. I would just like to relay to you before we begin. Flakes fall, my eyes opening in the pre-dawn stillness, the first snow. Silence reigns, deafening drops of icy white blanket the landscape. There is no one else here. These moments belong to each of us. Solitude. Alone. Thoughts of another flood my being, already there, nestled within. Solitary. Peaceful. I have ceased to exist, part of the falling silence. Surrounded. Held. Where are you? Right here, seated inside. Always waiting, loving. I am never alone. And yes, that was an original. I popped that off this morning. I tend to wax poetic. And I was greeted by the first snow that we've had here this morning when my eyes opened in that pre-dawn stillness. My heart already filled with the entirety of creation. So why are we here this morning? Well, we're here to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with and struggle with, constantly in a lot of ways. And that is the idea of being alone, of being all by yourself. And I think the first point to make before we go any further is that it's actually quite impossible to be alone. Now, I know that doesn't sound like it makes any sense. But as someone who spent years of his life wandering alone through mountains, through forests, through river deltas, walking across deserts, walking thousands of kilometers alongside of highways, alone, solitary. And it is only in the deep depths of that aloneness that we find ourselves. You see, ego, the conception of yourself as a separate entity, loves to look out. And when it doesn't perceive in its looking out that there are others around, ego feels alone. It feels loneliness. Why is that? Ego requires a mirror. Ego requires a reflection to look back upon. So we interpret much of our existence through our relationships with others and their perceptions. Facing ourselves is about turning around and going within. And there is no one present in your mind. But there is one presence there. Right there in you, right now in this moment. You see, we've become such a world of doing, such a world of constant activity, constant chattering in the mind, constant noise, constant exertion, constant movement, that we rarely find the time to stop and examine in the stillness what's really happening within us. Afraid to face our own darkness, afraid to face our own perceived failures or missteps. We feel a sense of sadness and depression sometimes when we are all alone. That comes from being only left with yourself and refusing to go as deep within yourself as it takes to find you. But I can tell you, in all my wandering and all my times where and including 187 days in a one-man monastery where I saw no human being on a mountaintop for over 6 months, that the concept that you are alone exists only within the framework of your mind. Close your eyes with me right now for a moment. Allow yourself to relax and allow your senses to reach out. We would perceive that whatever's happening is happening outside of us. The noise my computer fan makes, the occasional soft purr of the fridge, or the padded steps of one of the cats. We would imagine that all this occurs outside of ourselves and that we are somehow receiving it from without. But indeed, it is being received within from within. Because whatever that sensory stimulus is, it must be taken within and interpreted, and then released back out into the world. This is how we behave. I would invite you all to understand that when you are offered the opportunity to experience loneliness, to experience aloneness, it isn't something you should fight or run from, but an opportunity to get to know yourself better on every level of being, to dig deep within yourself and face those things that you won't face, surrounded, busy, talking, doing. Now, in a state of beingness, you can still be immensely active. But in that state of beingness, you are still within. You are connected. There is no time that you cannot be connected. You are born, live in, and swim in a sea of one, an ocean of one, an individuated wave upon that ocean, a wave that has a beginning and a wave that has an end. But just like the water that forms the waves, you are that eternal water. Just as the water changes forms through evaporation and condensation, you too have changed form all of your existence. Never static, never solitary, never truly alone. We are mirrors unto creation, and as mirrors, we require another mirror. Facing your own mirror within, looking deeply at that which looks back out at you, can be terrifying. It can feel very much alone. It can feel like it's something that we should deny and push away and struggle to find companionship, to find wholeness with another. My honest, deepest, most compassionate and loving advice that I can offer you is don't. Accept your aloneness. Do not seek another out of an idea that you need anyone to complete you. You see, at the moment of your birth, you came here with everything you ever needed. All right there in that tiny package. No amount of physical trappings, no amount of possessions, no amount of money, no amount of supposed security will ever make up for the tools and the power that you came into this world with. Do not deny your journey. Relish the aloneness. Relish the loneliness. Allow yourself to fall into yourself. And do not judge what you find. You are never a sum of your experiences. You are how you choose to react or create in the face of those experiences. There are many advantages to spending time alone. For one, we know through many studies that your own creativity skyrockets when you are alone. Why? Because there's no external source to pull you away from you. A lot of the sense of aloneness stems from the idea that you're not okay by yourself, that you're not good enough by yourself, that you're not whole and complete, and you are. I see you. I see all of you. I was talking to Kelly last night that, and this is something I realized a long time ago as well. But our evolution is never ever over. You think those enlightening moments that totally change your perceptions and change who you are. My near-death experiences created a new entity, a new being, but that being isn't static. I find myself evolving over the last couple months, where I no longer even need to reach out intentionally to feel everyone around me. As a matter of fact, last night I had said to Kelly at the end of the day, I said, I'm finding myself psychically drained right now because what's happened is everything has become deeper over the last couple months, easier, larger, grander. And the waves of feeling, the waves of thought, the waves of desperation, sadness, loneliness, heartbreak, depression. I feel all of those across the planet now. And my heart goes out to every single one of you as a magnificent part of me, the best parts of me. I am with you. I am the light and the way. Look within inside of yourself. That I am is there for you too. Right now. Waiting. Waiting to do what? Waiting to light your path. Waiting to show you the way without judgment. You can take 90 years out of the 95 you will be afforded and do nothing with yourself. You can take 94 years, 364 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, and in the 1 second before your dissolution from this physical plane, you can accomplish miracles that make your life meaningful. Even if you can't see the journey is so much larger than we appear to be. There is no time where your being does not affect another, even in the perception of loneliness. You are creation self-contained within one. Every being, every apparent separation, every apparent manifestation is holographically contained within you. You are a universe masquerading as a single being. What joy, what magic, what togetherness, what wholeness, what oneness. This is the truth of your existence. This is who you really are. Do not be afraid of the silence, the solitude, the stillness. In that, you find yourself waiting for yourself. And that higher aspect of yourself loves you so deeply, so fully, so completely. And when you reach inside of yourself and feel that being within that you truly are, the concept of loneliness or being alone becomes laughable at best. For you are not this solitary manifestation. You are indeed the Creator in all its glory, standing right here, right now. And apparently, Sunshine agrees with me. I won't keep you long this morning. I just want you to know from the depths of my being that even if you appear to be alone, even if loneliness is overpowering you, I am there with you. And I always will be, with each of you, in every way. You are magnificent, you are whole, and you are part of a greater one that you can never be separated from. Never lost. Never left behind. Indeed, you are cradled and held in the arms of creation. And all of life is watching you, even right now, standing beside you, wrapping its loving arms around you, whispering the love of creation in your ear. Much love to you today. Namaste. I hope you take some measure of succor from this video. Know you can reach out to me whenever you need. I am here for you and always will be. All our love this Friday morning. May you have a wonderful day no matter where you are. And know that I hold you in my heart at all times. Take care for now. We'll see you again very soon.